Hello everyone, welcome to Greenbelt Neighbors. I'm Cynthia Swan.
And I'm Meg Haney. On this show we will be talking to active, interesting, and unique Greenbelt neighbors.
And today we're talking with Paul Downs. We are here to find out some of the history and background behind why he is known for saving the Greenbelt Forest Preserve.
Hi Paul, welcome. You were nominated 2017 Greenbelt Outstanding Citizen. Did the role that you had in saving the woods play part of that?
Oh yes. It all began in 1987 when the Greenbelt News Review printed a front page article announcing that there was a 100-acre development proposed for the North Woods. It's 100-acre woods. At the time, Greenbelt, when it was first built, had 800 acres surrounding it. Over time, it had been whittled down to about 200. So the citizens were very concerned. Our city council was talking about what should they do? Low density development, high density development. And here we were just getting news about this. So a week or two later I announced in the paper, I put a letter to the editor, I think it was titled "Not One Tree," and I invited the community to come to the forest. Come see the woods that's about to be destroyed. And so we got about 30 people showed up. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And hiked through the woods.
Great. Yeah. Generated interest.
And it was so awesome that I did it again the next week, and kind of the same thing happened.
Yeah.
And over time, people would say, "Hey, I know mushrooms really well. Can I give a mushroom walk? Hey, I know birds really well. Can I give a bird walk?" So we had thematic walks, and then when Halloween came, we had the children's pumpkin walk. We cut out 100 pumpkins, put them in the forest, and that drew a lot of people in. It was really amazing. And then, of course, we advertised the Goat Man would be there. That's a Greenbelt, Prince George's County legend. So that year we got, in the hundreds. And it was just great to get people. This was the place where the woods wasn't a blueprint on the front page of the paper. It was now real. It was something they walked in, breathed, felt,
Right. And they were enjoying.
They were enjoying.
And they finally understood why.
The connection was there.
They had a big connection because they
Right.
were then contributing too.
Exactly, yes.
So what other steps did you need to take to save the forest preserve, and how long did it take?
The task was pretty daunting. We didn't even own the land. We had to, Greenbelt had sold off the land, so we had to buy it back, and we were able to prove in court that the owner had never put no trespassing signs up. He had never told us to stay out for 25 years, so we brought him to court in what's called a condemnation suit. He was forced to sell the land at fair market value, and he gratefully did, and it was $2.7 million, I think. And here we have it. Then after we saved the forest, people in the community started coming out of the woodwork about, oh, let's put ball fields there, or let's have this activity. Let's move the physical plant of Greenbelt cities.
Oh, that's wonderful.
There. And so we spent another 9 years battling internally, but we were able to fill the council chambers probably 10 times, standing room only people. Keep it wooded, save the woods. And over time the council got the message. So in 2003 it became the Greenbelt Forest Preserve, meant to save the land in perpetuity for future generations.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this day and age we can really appreciate that now that we know what's
You bet.
the importance of our forest lands.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to wait till it's gone to think, oh, why didn't we
Yes.
save that?
Yeah, the air we
Exactly.
breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had spent a lot of time in the woods yourself throughout your life, or was
Yes,
this something
I-
new for you?
No, I started building forts and hanging out in the woods when I was probably 7 years old. We used to build these little manger scenes, like one's three-sided little hut, and we would lay like pine needles on the floor of the hut. They were gold, they were beautiful, and then we would lay blue jay feathers on the pine needles. And I guess that was my first exploration into using the woods as an art medium.
Yeah.
It sounds like you were using it as like a palette
Yeah.
Yeah.
to start creating.
Yes.
Yeah, so I understand from Meg that you do some stick art.
Yes, I do. Gradually, it just became more sophisticated, and I started, you know, I found anvil snippers and Elmer's glue, and started creating more detailed work. And it was interesting because at the same time I was starting to save the woods was the same time that the woods was starting to fill my head with these images and
So your
these
stick
ideas.
art is almost a bridge between the woods and people's emotions and creative expression.
Yes,
And
yes.
now it's in your home and you can see it every day.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
I know I have 2 of your pieces and I love them. One of the reasons being is that you have the nature inside.
Yes.
And I'm very struck by the way that you, the fine details that you can bring into your pieces with everything right here from nature. Were you trained in art?
I wasn't trained. I used to draw and sketch a lot when I was a child, so that was about as far as art, you know, went for me. So it was pretty new to me. The whole possession that the woods took me over. Yeah.
So being in a creative environment such as a wood and being able to have this relationship also helps you to transform that into a relationship with your art and then relationship with everyone in the community. I
Yes.
love the threads that move through.
The story.
Yeah, the stories.
Someone once saw me in the woods collecting my materials, and they said, "You bring chaos to order."
Oh.
You know, because the woods, it doesn't clean up after itself. It just you know, it's constantly dying and then reviving itself to life. And I wouldn't call the woods chaos, but I understood what he meant.
Well, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate your coming out to the woods to talk with us, and we loved hearing your story and how your commitment and your deep love of the woods has been woven into your art that you then share with everybody. In fact, you've shared all of it with all of us. So thank you so much. Yeah.
you.
Yeah, thank you, Paul, for being with us.
Thanks, Meg.
We hope you've enjoyed our show today.
See you next time on Greenbelt Neighbors.